Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Women are delusional in dating. I say this as a professional matchmaker and as a woman who lived inside delusion for 43 years. And there are many stories that I will share to illustrate this in service of truth and love. But we need to start with a statistic that knocked me out. So a little context first. As a professional matchmaker, people come to me with lists. Eventually, I hope we see that lists do not lead to love, but that is the trend. If I check off all the things on the list, I will find love. Anyways, that's another video. So women often had height, and can you guess the other one on the list? Financial security. And that range for them of what was tall enough or what was rich enough varied, but nonetheless, you would see it often. And I will tell you, no one ever said, I have a healthy, happy relationship because I'm with a tall, rich dude. Ever. Never. That is never the thing. Sure, if you like it, it can be a bonus. But let me tell you, you really need to look at that because here's the stat. Are you ready? If you are wanting a gentleman who is 6 feet tall or above and who makes over $150,000 or above, guess what percent of the dating pool you are dealing with? 1%. You've reduced all the men down to 1% left if you are looking for that. And let me tell you, that guy, that 1%, he has a lot of options. And so every woman thinks she's getting this guy. Wait, and that 1%, oh, this is the most important part. That does not include kindness. That does not include intelligence. That does not include emotional availability. That does not include physical attractiveness. It includes nothing that is important in actually making a relationship last. It doesn't include similar values. You've shrunk your dating pool down to 1%. And I'm going to tell you why none of this matters. But before I do that, we need to really let this sink in. And we need to remember this. This is very easy to forget. When you have a bad date or are struggling with anything in relationships, this statistic, once you understand more context, it will put it in perspective for you. So save it so you can refer back to it and share it with your friends. Because women, we need to wake up. 6 foot tall and 150K is not, it's not it. It's not gonna get you the marriage and the love that you want. And I will share what will. But first, we need to let the statistic sink in. Save it and share it.
I got a question. Don't fight me when I ask. Why are y'all crying over people who cannot make y'all finish? Okay.
Ladies, what are we doing wrong? We have to be doing something wrong. Something is not right. Because I have men in my inbox, on my messages, on everywhere, telling me that they do not want to be in a relationship because they choose peace. They chose being alone and being peaceful than being in a relationship with a woman because all we do is cause drama and we nag and all these things, all the reasons. Or a lot of them had been burned before. So, like, we know that whole story. Like, been there too. So, that works on both sides. But, like, what exactly, I feel like in a relationship, a woman should be the one to bring peace and bring comfort and, like, at the end of the day, be that person that a man can come home to and, like, feel comfortable in himself and know that, like, he's loved at home. So what is it that we're doing or not doing that they're saying these things? I don't know. It blows my mind that these men would rather, like, be alone. And I don't know, maybe it's that they're dating younger, and no offense to any of the females on here that are in, like, the younger age bracket. I just know personally when I was younger, like in my 20s, even into my early 30s, like before I had kids and stuff, there was always a little bit of drama that happened in relationships and things like that. But now being 42, like, I want peace too. I don't want to come home to to arguments and nagging and like all of that stuff either. I want peace too. So what's happening? Somebody fill me in, because I'm fucking lost. I am like seriously lost.
So yeah, I'm 53, completely single by choice, and also no children by choice. Love my life, have incredible friends, and travel is the secret to my happiness. I do not wait around for some man to show up to travel with me or to explore places with me. I do it on my own and have so much fun, and usually take friends with me, meet friends wherever I go. It's the secret to my personal happiness. So if you're out there whining and complaining that you can't find a guy and your life is not worth living, then you better knock it off and rethink the way you're living your life, because you got one shot, babies. So have fun and enjoy it while you can, single or not.
I was a feminist when feminism was about equality, about levelling the playing field, giving women an opportunity to find their rightful place, particularly in the public world, which was tremendously important and exciting when we achieved that. But what feminism today, to me, is all about advantaging women at the expense of men. And it's become very much caught up in the demonisation of males, presenting them always at a disadvantage. And I don't want to have any part of that. I was writing recently about boys' education, which is something I've written about for many decades. And I came across an article I wrote 40 years ago, where we just started to notice how badly boys were doing vis-a-vis girls. I mean, we'd had 10 years of programs trying to help girls do better in the schools, which was fantastic. And a lot of girls who had been held back by traditional assumptions about, girls not speaking up and girls not doing well in maths were now beginning to shine, which was a fantastic thing. But what was becoming very obvious is there were also a lot of boys falling behind and not achieving their potential. We have really very much feminist ideology infiltrating all our education systems, systematic programs to continue to advantage girls, and no one taking any notice of the fact that boys are falling out in huge numbers.
Turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. God, have I even tried? Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like, I haven't built anything. I have nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I don't.
So this is a woman turning 40. I told you that the panic used to set in at 35, and now it's getting later. And the numbers are looking more like 38, 39, and 40. And plus 41, 42, early 40s even for some, depending upon if they live in cities. So what's happening here? Some of this is that people are infantilized, right, in general. And like I tell you, there are like grown-ups, 40-year-olds in New York City that are partying like 20-year-olds. And it's like so embarrassing. If you're like grown up and you go and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like he's living in a studio apartment that he can touch both walls. He's 40 years old. His job sucks. Like he's out drinking on the Thursday night and dancing to like Groove is in the Heart. What the hell is going on, right? You're just like, holy mother, But this is also what happens to women in particular when they follow the feminist path. Because what happens is they realize that all of the stuff that they were building doesn't matter to them. And they're 40 and they're older and they're alone and it's harder to get a guy. And now like this stuff that they built doesn't keep them warm at night. It doesn't make them feel good. It doesn't make them feel valued. And now it's all of the responsibility is on them. So now it's like, oh my God, even if I wanted to have a baby and let's say I went and had a baby myself and got a donor, I have to work. I have to support this child on my own. Like it becomes completely overwhelming. And you look back at your life and you say, what the hell was I doing? And you look across the street and you see that woman who has a husband and a child and doesn't have a job anymore, but looks fulfilled. And you say, what went wrong for me? And what went wrong for them is that they listened to the crappy advice and they listened to people who told them that their career would be more fulfilling than, say, motherhood or being a wife or having a family or any of those things that put you in your feminine and make you really think about at the end of the day what brings you joy and peace. And they're at complete dis-ease. and panic stricken and now 40 and don't feel like they're in their prime and don't know what to do about it, right? Because once the time has passed, the time has passed. And you can't change certain things, right? You can't make yourself younger, and you can't take away the wasted time, and you have to find a way to move forward and say, okay, I'm 40 and I'm going to do the best with what it is. But it's very hard to do when you look back at your life and say that the things that you built and invested time in don't matter to you, and the things that you didn't build and didn't invest in time in do matter to you, and it may be too late for some of them. And what compounds this is that then you have a subset of women that they go and try to have a baby and it's too late due to fertility reasons, due to many reasons. And it's horrible to watch, right? I'm not here. I have no intention of making fun of her, or this is very, very sad. What I do have an intention of is talking to the 22-year-olds out there who think I'm being mean by telling you that if you wait till 40, you're making the wrong decision, because maybe this won't be you and won't be your story, but it's more likely that it will be your story than if you prioritized all of those things that actually will build you up, like family, husband, children, at 25. So I've seen this story play out way too many times. Way too many times, in particularly in women, because guys do feel like they have more time, because guys do have more time. They do. They're not on the same biological clock. Their value doesn't diminish in the same way. They're not as reliant on attractiveness. They're more reliant on financials. It's a different world. And women will say, well, that's not fair. Life's not fair, right? It's all guys will also say, maybe it's not fair that they are expected to have the financial clout that they do. It just is. We're different. We have different expectations, and it just works out that way. So it's me imploring women, look at these videos and grow up, right? People say, oh, Jen, you want people to get married at 22. Yeah, you're an adult. You were an adult at 22. You're an adult. Whatever message you got out of college that you're still a baby, you're an adult. And the sooner you embrace an adulthood that feels good to you, the less likely it is that you land at 40 panic stricken, that you built nothing that has value to you, and you're basically still a kid that doesn't know how to do anything, and your whole life is effed up. We don't want that, you know?
The dumbest shit that women agreed upon in life, in history, is coming together and fighting for women's rights to work. That was the most dumbest decision ever. Working is slavery.
I just want to say, whoever fought for women's rights to work, count your days. I don't think the entire agenda of all women wanted this at all.
It's only 8:45 on a Wednesday, and I'm already ready to fight the woman who fought for women to work. I don't remember asking her to do that. I don't remember wanting to work. I still don't want to.
I don't know, y'all. I don't think we should have voted for women's rights to work. I mean, I know back then it was a different time, but like, can we re-vote for right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to work.
I think women having to work, hear me out. I think women having to work should be illegal. I think women should be giving a $10,000 stipend a month, and the men should work.
Has anyone else noticed that almost every right-wing influencer is a failed actress, model, or aspiring actor who couldn't make it in Hollywood and now blames wokeness for their lack of talent? Emily Wilson and Xavier DeRusso both love to push this tired narrative that they were blacklisted for being conservative.
Probably movies on Netflix.
Literally,
I'm not even joking.
I was supposed to be on a Netflix show.
Emily didn't lose modeling contracts because of her values. She lost them because she couldn't stand out in a city full of people who look just like her and have a personality. And Xavier, you weren't too political to get cast, you just couldn't act. Just Peachy claims she lost a Netflix opportunity because she wouldn't get vaccinated, as if that explains anything.
Here's a story time of me being up for one of the biggest Netflix shows, but they couldn't book me because I was not.
Woody Harrelson is an open COVID conspiracy theorist and vaccine skeptic, and he's getting bookings just fine. So is Rob Schneider and an endless list of other Hollywood actors who openly support Trump or have conservative values. Unfortunately, they've all figured out that when you can't make it on talent, the next easiest calling is conservative content.
My goodness, you are so beautiful. You're 24 years old. Never get married, ever. Whenever I look back, definitely getting married ruined everything in my life. Yeah. That's my son. I love him a lot, but he ruined my life. Yeah, if I could go back in time, I would never get married, and I would also never have children. Never do that. It'll ruin your life. You are so beautiful. You should have 5 boyfriends at the same time. You're single. You should be dating everybody. Just continue to travel, spend all your money on experiences and traveling, and never ever settle down, never have children, and never get married. Ever. Ugh, I remember when I was as young as you. You're so beautiful, and no man will ever deserve you. Never trust a man. They're all cheaters. Every single man will cheat. So never ever trust a man. Never get married, queen. Ah, you're so beautiful. Never get married.
He held the door open for you, that's bare minimum. He paid for the dinner, that's fucking bare minimum. He told you pretty, that is bare minimum. He sent you money to pay your rent up for the rest of the year, now that's T. Stop falling in love with the fucking bare minimum.
How much you want to bet that she be splitting the bills 50-50 with her partner, if she even has one? I just find it unbelievable that somebody would actually settle down for someone with this type of mindset, because it's given I'm broke as fuck. I have no type of fucking skills and I'm lazy. So instead of me going out, working hard, getting a career and making that type of fucking money and paying my own fucking bills, I'm going to have somebody else pay for it like he's my fucking dad. Imagine going out on a date and, you know, as a man, you're out here looking for a wife, looking for someone that's going to take care of you and you take care of them, you know, for sick or for poor, right? What happened to that? And instead of her trying to find out what type of person you are, she straight up tells you, yeah, I only care about if you're going to pay for my rent for the rest of the fucking year. What the fuck is this?
Feminism is a scam. Feminism is a scam. I do not want to be independent. I want to be so codependent. I need my husband. I want my husband. I want to follow his lead. That's how God created me. He created me in a way to follow. He created me as a helpmate. He created me as an opposite to Adam, right? If women could be a woman,